What it do? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. Shouts out to my sponsor, Josh, the founder of the Strict Dad Foundation, man. And on the Facebook, Strict Dad Foundation Facebook channel, um, he be posting questions like once a week just to give the people something also to think about pertaining to life and family and things like that. You know, to just talk and conquer and knock down a lot of the issues that goes on in our world. And one of the questions that was brought before was, at what age is it necessary or appropriate to educate your child about sex? I think in different levels to this, and I think as a parent you have to be educated first yourself on these situations, which also comes with the wisdom of applying what you know to actually teach and educate your children on sex. I think it's different levels to it. I think you give more and more as the child advances. And it also has a big part to play in the child upbringing and what the child been open and exposed to. Like for instance, if a child open and exposed to a lot of corruption and you play gangster music all around them and watch movies with the kids, rated R movies with these kids, and they innocent not being protected in the home, and they exposed to these things where it's already being said in music and movies and conversations of family and people around them, then I believe at your wisdom, stop. I believe at your wisdom, you have to educate accordingly, depending on the corruption they've been exposed to. If a child is being raised in an environment where they're innocent and protected, where certain movies is prohibited from them to watch, and music, and you know, you run a household where it's controlled and their innocence is being respected by you as a parent and the people that come in your house, then you educate according to that. So to have a graphic detail to teach and educate your children about sex, I think the most important thing is how much your child been exposed to. Because I hate that children have to grow up faster than they should and be having to be taught things faster than they should. But sometimes you have to teach them faster if they've been open and exposed to it already. So therefore, they have a clear understanding. But if you can protect it for as long as you can to the point where you don't have to talk to them about sex and things like that, then you have to use your wisdom and guidance on that. One thing also about it is, I don't know if this could be considered in the category of sex. I mean, it should. Like, when my child is at the age where he or she know her body parts, like know that this the chest, know that that's the butt, know that that's the private area, then I'll begin to educate them on a level of sex, of knowing the importance of not allowing anybody to touch them there, knowing the difference between inappropriate behavior and things like that, if they can understand it. So that's a different level of it. That's why I mean, like, sometimes it's just done in levels. I think just before the child finna go into the teenage area, where you're teaching the children. I mean, it's so many different levels to this, you know. But I think you have to use wisdom according to the levels you approach it. But I think once you start getting real graphic to the nature of what it is, again, it goes to what the child been exposed to. That's like number one. Um, but I think it's like somewhere around. See, it's hard to put an age on this. That's why I say it's levels to it. It's levels to it. Because like I said, if you're protecting your child innocent, this ain't something you want to open up to them, because they innocent of it right now, and you don't want to expose them to something they ain't being exposed to. I think, like I say, the number one thing is just allowing them to know the importance of respecting their body and knowing how to protect themselves from others, things like that, you know. But hardcore, speaking to them about hardcore sex and the nature of that, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. But sometimes you can talk to them about that when they 10 or 9, depending on what they've been exposed to. Depending on what they've been exposed to. But for the most part, like I said, you can't really put an age on that. You can't put an age on that. It goes back to what they've been exposed to. If the child ain't never been exposed to it, I just say, for the sake of it, the child ain't never been exposed to it. I think the appropriate age to talk to them about what sex is, if they never been exposed to it, appropriate age, I'm just throwing this out here. Maybe when they're around something like between 13 or 15. Between 13 or 15. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know how to educate too. You have to know how to educate too. But so with wisdom, you have to learn how to apply based upon the situation, man. So that's for me. That's how I answer that for me. Depends on what the child been exposed to, man. It really do. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. What y'all think about that? For people in the comments, what is the necessary or appropriate age to educate your child about sex? It's a good question, but it depends. It depends. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's a question. It's yours. Shouts out to the Strict Dad Foundation, man. Join that Facebook and Instagram by liking and following both the Facebook and the Instagram to the Strict Dad Foundation, where better parents make better children for a better world, man. And it's your boy Battle Truth. Real Under Here certified gears available to everybody that's real. If you're not real, you can't purchase this gear. Click the link in the description box and join my Patreon.